that cheesecake is a controlled substance. I'm truly under the influence. That just occurred to me. I have this wild, crazy mind. I'll try to be brief. I'm lucky. I'm the closer. I just want to say good afternoon, buenas tardes. I want to thank Junior Achievement in Northern California, particularly Nick Pasculi and Judy Guzman Kruger for this wonderful honor. I also want to thank my sister Gladys, who's here, and my mother Ambelia, aka Polly, who is here. It's never too early to put in a plug, so I'll plug my mother, who had 3 daughters and very little money. So she learned to sew. Eventually, she designed handmade wedding gowns, and she made the suit I'm wearing today about 25 years ago. It's a classic. My family's stories, but one more story of immigrants coming to this country to seek a better life. Most immigrants come to the U.S. with courage, gumption, a strong work ethic, and a fierce passion for providing a better future for their children. Let us please not mischaracterize immigrants as a negative element in this country's history. That first black and white photo you saw of an adult man with a Mexican hat, a young man with him with a Mexican hat, that's a photo of my father and my grandfather taken around 1930. Hold on. I'm quite a fan of theater. My grandfather is carrying a money bag, which they would use when they rode their donkeys for 3 days in order to sell tomatoes. This is the original money bag my grandfather was carrying in that photo today, and I wanted to share it with you. It's empty, but it's quite full. I was born at the old community hospital on Highway 1 in Carmel. Before grade school, my 2 sisters, my parents, and I moved to Tijuana. My parents wanted us to live in TJ and to study in San Diego. My father began a business with his brother, who suddenly died. So we headed back north to Zarazúa to work on a dairy farm, and after that to the former Odell Ranch on Highway 1 in Carmel. We lived in one of those little red homes that still stand there today. As I was growing up, wonderful families provided support to us along the way. The Stevensons, the Lockwoods, the Odellos, and the Panettas all extended their hands out to us. Secretary Panetta's father, Carmelo, I'm just fact-checking you, Aaron. Secretary Panetta's father, Carmelo, recommended my father to work at a ranch in Carmel Valley, the former Hank Ketchum Ranch. After moving there and living most of my childhood years there, we were forced to leave as it was never our home. The ranch changed ownership, and the new owners began to subdivide the ranch and build homes on the ranch. My father was told the servant's home would be demolished, and we were all devastated to hear this. Fortunately, the new owners offered to sell the home to my parents. The new owners at that time are here today. Thank you so much, Marcia and George Lockwood. For transferring the former servants' quarters to my parents. Please stand. Please stand. My father passed away in that home, and I still live in that home with my mother. We recently discovered that the home dates back to 1893. Before my father passed, I was asked to name my favorite place in Monterey County, and the answer was really quite simple. Wherever my father was standing. Now my answer would be, wherever my mother is standing. Sorry, I decided that tears would be the only way to capture your attention and get you to stop texting and checking your email. When attending high-level events, my father was my most stunning accessory and my most precious jewel. If I cry when mentioning him, have I cried? You will see tears of gratitude, not of sadness. I was a grateful child, and now I am a grateful adult. I think of dreams as possibilities, which I turn into probabilities, and then gradually into reality. I ran into Chris Shake earlier today, and the first thing I thought about was how odd that in a country where so many people speak the same language, we don't understand each other and we don't communicate. Chris Shake's father and my father spoke two very different languages, and they got along splendidly. Thank you, Mr. Shake. Certainly, I would encourage young people to dream big. I would say all people should dream big. As you age, you do not stop dreaming. Indeed, where would we be if we stopped dreaming? Perhaps the dreams take a different form, but there are still dreams which can someday become reality. For those of you who think it may be too late to do this or that, I say, if you get to the party a little late, as long as the music's still playing, go ahead and dance. To inspire future generations, I would suggest to them that global interaction begins at home, and that international communication begins with introspection and self-reflection. As I age, I think of the following metaphor. Perhaps you've taken a long trip away from home, and as you get closer to getting back home, you may step on the gas a bit because you're very anxious to get home after that long journey. You know that when you arrive, the back porch light will be on. As I age, I now can see the glimmer of that back porch light. Excuse me. And I am anxious to arrive home because when I open that door, I know my father will be waiting for me. Nosotros como migrantes dejamos nuestros países de origen para contribuir de forma positiva al futuro de este país. También esperamos dejar un ejemplo positivo para las futuras generaciones, tanto aquí como en el resto del mundo. Mientras pueda tomar un poco de tiempo alcanzar nuestras metas, tenemos mucha paciencia y no perderemos la fe en este país. Agradecemos las oportunidades que enfrentamos y valoramos a todas esas personas comprensivas que nos han brindado su apoyo en el camino. Seguiremos confiando en este gran país, no perderemos la fe. Muchas gracias. Thank you.